Hello. All right. Getting us going over here. Gonna have a good session today. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the coaching blog here as well. So we're gonna stop the recording just for a moment and get this going in the coaching blog so you can catch this later if you're with our office. All right, so we've started the recording back up here. We are broadcasting live in the coaching blog as well. I see you guys jumping on and joining us. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because today is going to be, I think, some new stuff you have not heard me talk about in WiseAgent before. That is my hope, because I want to inspire you to kind of take your WiseAgent to what? The next level. So I think some of you have noticed in the past that I maintain two WiseAgent accounts. I call one my burner account, and I kind of laugh and joke about that. But what I wanted to say to you today is that in addition to showing you what's next for us in WiseAgent, what is the next level of WiseAgent, I also want to tell you I can show you from the top, taking it back to the beginning, step by step, because I decided to, in one of my two accounts, delete everything, Control-Alt-Delete, and start over from the beginning so I could show you step by step. Not today. We're going to have little snippets, though. These little easy, quick videos that you guys have been enjoying from me, I'm going to do it step by step. You know, how to build out your contact list, how to set up those pesky integrations, even though I've done that video a lot. All of those things are going to be right in there. But today, what I want to focus on with you is what's next. What do you do once you've done the basics? And, you know, there's some of you on here that may have been in some of these classes before and have mastered it. Others, maybe you need to work a little bit more at it. But what we're going to focus on today is the tracking, because as you know, one of my favorite sayings is if you're not tracking, you're slacking. But there's some incredible things that WiseAgent can do for you. But I think we've got some misconceptions about what certain things mean. So I want to go into our contact list first, and I want to obviously go into the contact list itself for a second, which mine right now is blank, because this is, again, the account that I'm starting fresh in. And you can see on the left-hand side here, in these advanced filters, there's category, and there's also source. Now, what is the difference between category and source? I'm glad you asked, because this is really going to help you moving forward. Category is who they are. Who they are. So in other words, when people come into our CRM, and remember, the reason why I love WiseAgent is if you've got this set up the way I've shown you, you will literally have no double data entry. You will just have data detailing and data filtering. So that's what you'll be working on, not data entry. But you've got to figure out, you know, who these people are. What are those categories? And again, when your account is brand new, you're not going to have any categories yet, but we're going to talk about what categories you should have. So what's the difference between category and source? Now, this is where I think a lot of us need to do some work. And this is where I want to move us directional wise, because a source is not who it is, it's where it came from. Where it came from. And that's going to be vital is depending on where it came from. So in other words, for example, you have an integration with Zenlist. So if it came from Zenlist, that's the source, right? But that's not the category. It could be a category as well. But they're two different things, because a source, you can trigger WiseAgent to do things like a drip campaign, depending on what the source is, including what category to put them in. So that source is a very key thing. And I feel a lot of times what's happening is, you know, you put people into your database. Maybe you've got an Excel file or a CSV file like Remind. Are you throwing them in a category called Remind, but then you're not sourcing? Where did those people come from? The reason why that's important is later on, if you have, like one of our agents did the other day, she said, well, I'm getting some duplicates. I'm like, well, where are they coming from? Where are your integrations? Where are these people coming through? And we discovered that they had a Gmail, a Google contact integration. They also had a separate integration from their Eventbrite. They had another one coming in off. They had things coming in from everywhere. And I'm like, you know, I don't think you should take any of those out, but you just need to be aware where people are coming in. Because another thing I want you to start considering doing is the rank and the status. The rank and the status. Now, just like category and source, what's the difference? Well, status, look at what they've redone in the statuses. Attempted, contacted, active, future opportunity. But then look at some of the other. This may look familiar to you. Showing homes, submitted offers, rejected, met with client. What does that sound like? That sounds like some of your e-team statuses, don't they? Because I would love for you to have your database set up the way I'm going to start showing you to do it, where you can go in for the weekend and go, these are the people that I'm doing what? I'm actively showing homes to, right? These are the people that I need to nurture. These are the people that I've submitted offers for. Who's an active listing? Who's an active listing out there? Do I have a future opportunity with somebody? Did you even contact them? What if they just say no? Because what I'm also discovering is follow-up continues to be an industry-wide issue. We are going to put these issues to bed at Exit Strategy Realty using Project X. I'm so fired up because what I want to do moving forward, Project X, you've heard about it, it. One of the things that I want to focus on as our 2024 theme for Project X is that it is sustainable success. What is sustainable success? It's something that you can do over and over. It's systematized. It is not something that's going to burn you out. I feel like if you were on the buying leads hamster wheel, or even just the, referral agent hamster wheel, and you're not growing from that, it's because you're either having an issue with lead conversion, or after the closing, you're having a post-closing client conversion issue. These people liked you and they've stopped giving you business or never were asked to do it in the first place. We've got to rank and give these people ranks and statuses much more intensely than ever before. Because the bottom line is, the reason why, if you've been around me a lot in WiseAgent, you normally notice this is teal, this thing to the side here. This is actually my master account, my coaching account, where I can't see into your account, but I can see what you're doing in terms of, are you logging in? Are you adding people? It is fascinating and fun to me to click on the little reports feature in my coaching account and say, oh my gosh, look at all these different fun things that have gone on. Well, that's not me. Because this account is what? It's blank. That's why I can coach out of it today. And this recording can be used again and again. And so look at this. I can sit here and say, okay, who has sent the most texts in the last 10 days? Look at this. Jamal Green. Norma Lawson. Good job, Norma. Faith Washington. Lana. Kelly. So it's only 10 days into the month. But guys, you've got 1,000 texts a month. They expire halfway through the month. Each one of you has 1,000. I got to be honest with you. Everybody should be at the level of Jamal, Norma, and at least Faith. We got to be blowing this thing up. Same way with email. 26,900 emails sent so far this month. Not bad, right? But look, Shaheen is, look at that, in the lead. Zena, newer to us. Kelly, newer to us. Some of you guys that have been around a while, I don't want to scroll down too deep and embarrass you. I don't know what those emails say. They're probably going to say Nick's terrible after today. But I want to compliment those people that are using this, because this is a very expensive CRM for me to buy for everybody. It's not on you to feel bad. Don't feel bad for me. Don't cry for me. Argentina, Exit Strategy, Clark Street, whatever office you're at. But I'm going to be upset for you if you do not hit your numbers next year because you didn't do the work to get this stuff set up right this year. And the better you set this up in terms of what, let's go back into this contact list here and let's review what we were talking about just now. Do you have everybody in a category? Now, remember, if your database is an absolute mess, you can still, at the very least, get a mass email sent out to everybody, and you don't have to have everybody categorized. But moving forward, we got to work on that. We got to work on the categories. But also, do you have them sourced? Do you have these people sourced? And then don't worry about inside and outside team. I could care less about that today. Additional fields, don't worry about that today. But rank. and especially status. Rank, you can come back to that another day. Status. What are these people doing? Are these people that have, closed status? Another thing that if you are looking in your contact list, remember what I showed you the other day. You now have the capability to do what? To track who's referring. And I've asked WiseAgent to go back in and say, I don't just want to see the list. I want to know, guess what? I want to know person by person how that's stacking up. And so I'm going to be able to show you some really amazing stuff in there. So you have all these different features to start tracking. And another thing, where's your money going? Where's it coming in? Are you tracking your transactions? These templates are amazing, but I really even just focused on, do you have your upcoming commissions tracked so you know how you are going to do in the next couple weeks and months? I'm very, very passionate about you getting more out of these tools individually and collectively. So one of the things I wanted to show you today regarding all this, I'm going to go ahead, and there's now 8 of you on here. I'm going to pause the recording for a moment. And the reason why I'm going to do that is I'm going to be able to show you something that probably YouTube won't love. So I'm going to pause the recording. All right, so we're back on the recording for those of you that are watching us later on YouTube. And we had a great question about templates and sending marketing out. Now, I have a monthly newsletter that I put together that you can send out, or you can do your own. Either way, all of our marketing templates and things like that, there's 2 different places I want to show you, because one of the things I love about WiseAgent, there's very cheap plug and play products that are out there. And then there are what they call enterprise products that are meant for big companies. I don't want to name who some of them are. I liked WiseAgent because it can be used as an individual agent, but it's meant to be a mastermind and collaboration as a group, which is why it was and I'm helping them build that to the next level. So some of the things that we share, we're the first ones to share them. So somebody had a great question about, well, are there templates? There's templates all over. Let me show you the few of the places they live. So number one, the easiest place to find some of this is you just click on email and then email contacts. You have a huge amount of content right in this little green thing called shared content. And that's going to be all the different stuff that the office has made for you, that I have made for you in 2 different areas, letter and email content. And you can see some of the different things that are out there. And then also the actual newsletters. So guess what? Letter and email content, if you're an agent that's new to us, one of the best things we have for the general world out there is Zenlist, right? Zenlist. So Zenlist invitation to friends and past clients, you can click on that. And then it's got a built-in video for you. You can change that out if you don't want it. It's got some graphics. And then it does have a link to Zenlist, but you're going to want to change that to your Zen link. So this is not a Zenlist class, but I love that you asked that question, because this is a great idea to send out to your entire database. So that's just one of the places we have content for you. So that shared email, that email contacts and then shared content is a huge asset. And again, I'm doing things for you every month. The office has events for you every month. This is something that you can tap into every month. Right now, we have 2 events coming up just in the next few weeks at the office. Let me show you these real quick. This is going to blow your mind if you are not already with us. So we have an event on Saturday at the Skokie office. And if you've been sending out those invitations, great work. And then on Wednesday, the 29th, we have another event for you on the near south side of Chicago. So we're all over everywhere with our events, these seminars, all these good things that we have for you out there. These are meant for you to share, and your WiseAgent CRM is one of the best places to do it. So that's right there built in for you. Another place that you are going to want to look for marketing, you can click on the marketing tab, and then there is all these different pieces in here in the content library, So you can click on the content library and you will see create letter/email content. And that right in the shared content is all the different pieces from the office. But then there's also WiseAgent content. And WiseAgent content is some nice, easy, basic things that you can tap into as well. So great questions on content that's already pre-built out. And obviously you can customize to your and do your own to your heart's content with our in-house graphic designer. Now, I want to go to another thing here that I want to show you today, because again, we're talking about, I call it, if you're not tracking, you're slacking, but also you really want to be able to always wipe the slate clean and start anew with anything, including your WiseAgent. So if you need to ever do a little bit of a refresh with WiseAgent, one of the things I'd encourage you to do is just get in touch with WiseAgent directly, their 24-hour day support, and say, hey, I'm thinking about cleaning out this category, just swiping from the top and starting over. And that's what I'm going to be able to show you guys step by step. But in the event that you are kind of ready for the next step, what are they? So we talked about source, we talked about rank and status, because I want you to work on that. But then look at this. If you go into your contacts feature, if you go into your marketing tab, here is what's next. I just know that you already are doing your newsletters. You need to work on the following: drip campaigns, landing pages. Because what are those? Drip campaigns are going to be where we take out the problem of lead follow-up. The follow-up, it's never going to be done automatically all the way for you, but at least start to take a little bit of that fear factor. Sorry, my Apple Watch is beeping at me. The fear factor of follow-up, or the anxiety over follow-up, away. But the only way you can effectively do a drip campaign is if you are either putting people into categories or having them sourced correctly to go into categories. So I'm not going to go too far into drip campaigns today, because I need you to be ready to do a drip campaign. One of the easiest ways to get people into a certain category is to obviously put them there manually or have it sourced correctly to do so. Another way, though, is what? Landing pages. Landing pages. If you have an open house, now the way I do my open houses at Exit Strategy, we have, of course, the beautiful text codes. My open houses, they feed in, they work that way directly through the text codes. They directly come into WiseAgent. But you may have something you want to do completely custom and different. Guess what? There's landing pages for that. And you can see I built out some landing pages. You can build out as many landing pages as you want. And then in our office, I bought you 2 landing pages that can be active at once. It used to be 1. I love the landing pages here so much. You can buy, or you can build out as many as you want. You can have 2 active at once, and you can always switch them in and out ad nauseum. So, for example, I have a very simple one that I did called, let's see here, one that I like: upgrading, downsizing, or relocating. And this one was a very simple one. Just, it's got a video on it. It's got a little picture of me, and it's talking about if you want to buy and sell. So in other words, sell and turn around and buy again. So, and then guess what? You fill out your information, you click on Get Resources Now, and when you do that, what happens? Once you fill that out, and it again takes them to my Zen list. So there's all different things that I want to be able to show you in the coming months about these features. Drip campaigns and landing pages are really the next step, I believe, in our journey with WiseAgent. There's also another piece to that digital ads. Are you doing any advertising? Now, right now, we all know it's winter coming up. We could be on a budget. However, I'm going to play with this stuff a little bit with you this winter and spring. And once you get settled into your routine with me in WiseAgent, because these digital ads could be getting you out to a new audience. And let's remember what I've talked to you about ad nauseum lately, 50% wider, 50% deeper. The existing database you're going to go deeper with. Then you're going to broaden your audience and go wider. And that's going to potentially be helped by those digital ads. Now, another piece of all this is that we have not even talked about email parsing. What is email parsing? Did he just say parsley? I did not. Email parsing. So I'm going to click on this little button we never talk about called lead rules. Lead rules. And in those, there are, guess what? Ways to parse your emails. And what that means is that, for example, if I am getting emails coming in from Realtor.com. So in other words, if I've got leads coming in from a listing of mine or my profile on Realtor.com, guess what? Normally right now what happens? They go into my general email. And where do you think that goes? It is the abyss. Don't let them go to the abyss. I would love for you to have the capability to say, okay, everything that's coming in, it's coming into me. And if I'm getting a text code from Exit, coming into my WiseAgent. If I'm getting an email from Realtor.com, a lead, it's coming into WiseAgent. Everything is coming in, tracking into me through WiseAgent. And the beauty of it then is I know who's coming in, I know what's happening with them, and guess what else? I'm able to start over time, because this is the next level of this, automate my follow-up. Automate my follow-up. If you're not tracking, you're slacking. But by the way, beyond tracking, I've got to be click-clacking. I don't know. I'll come up with a stupid rhyme for you. But I'm so excited that you're willing to listen to the next level, because if we can get you from point A, where a lot of people are at right now, where it's just starting, this relationship management tool, the CRM for you is still so new. I want to take you to the next level and look at all the different places we can go with this. Your API key, look at this now. I mean, they're on almost everything out there. And a lot of that, these integrations, I directly work with them on. I'm very proud of that. I will continue to work with WiseAgent and all of our vendors on that. But what do you need to do today to start even thinking about this? Because watch this. If I click on add lead rule, and so what does it say? Lead source. Oh, I've got to have a source in order to trigger a lead rule, right? But guess what you can then do? Look at this. You can get an email response automated to them, a text response to them. Oh, what's next? There's an AI bot. Did you know that? You have an AI bot. We've never talked about it. You have an AI bot. So there is so much that is, you can even distribute the leads within your e-team, but we're not there today, right? But you've just got to source your leads on the way in. You got to source them. And so this is the next level for us. This truly is the next level. Lead source, add them then to a drip campaign, and then also they go into a certain specific category after that. Automated. So this is the future of where we're going. But if you don't have the basic setup, if you don't have what? Your integrations done. So click on integrations and then click on settings. And you got to have at least the babies done. What are the babies? Google Contacts, right? Google Contacts. I want you to have the MLS. Now, that's not a full integration, but it's at least your properties in MRAD, because they'll give you some beautiful flyers. You got to have your WiseTech set up. I'm paying for $1,000 for you a month, each one of you. And I really want you to also consider doing what? Getting your API key set up. It's already set up. You don't have to add one. There it is. You've got that video for me walking you all the way through it. And then dot loop. I pay for a dot loop account premium for each one of you. Connect your dot loop to it. You'll see some really cool integrations they've worked on. Dub. Ooh, you know I love Dub, guys. Google Chrome extension. Did you know you can put your contacts directly into WiseAgent from your email, literally with the touch of a button, and put them right into the category you want? But not if you don't have that Google Chrome extension. So there's some huge, huge things that you've just got to be willing to do a little bit of work on the way in. I hope this was helpful for you today to understand where we're going to go next with things, but we need to make sure that every single one of you, no agent left behind, every single one of you at the very least has those integrations set up, that you've got your phone synced to your what? Your phone synced to your Google Contacts, and then your Google Contacts synced to where? WiseAgent. So if you don't know how to do that, don't worry. There's a video right on YouTube, and is also literally one of the fastest ranking videos in YouTube right now in the real estate space. It is, unfortunately, you get stuck listening to me again, but it is a very quick one, just how to do those integrations. So just, you can literally go on my YouTube channel and subscribe there. But just so you guys know, it literally is a very simple how to connecting Google Contacts to iPhone is the sync. And then there's a couple different ways to do that. But again, the video that you want is mine. So, because it talks a little bit more about setting it up the way we'd like you to. All right, I am going to go ahead at this point and open it up for questions. I do see some in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. We're still broadcasting on Facebook Live to the coaching blog, but I do want to go ahead and pause the recording so we can see if there's questions.